a lot of people are not comfortable in their own voice.
Yes.
Like most people are like, Q, I don't want to record or I don't want to hear my own voice. So I'll have them, and we also do digital products. So I'll just have them show up for themselves, right? And I also love when Black women especially just really big up themselves. So I'll have them post something like inspirational, like you made sales, you sold out, okay, post it. It's okay. It's fine. Whoever doesn't like it can unfollow.
Good idea, now we buying merch.
That's ghetto.
Payment miss.
Ooh, the ghetto.
Say she quit.
Ooh, the ghetto.
Late on your rent.
Rent is ghetto.
New event.
Ooh, the ghetto.
Invoice in.
That ain't ghetto.
Money spin.
Oh, that's ghetto. Hold on, it's kind of ghetto being a CEO.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ghetto CEO podcast, because being a CEO is very ghetto, y'all. Like, so ghetto. But on this podcast, we tell the raw and unfiltered truth about being a CEO. And a lot of times people don't hear the horror stories or the behind the scenes of what actually happens, right? Like, people always are talking about the G-Wagons and the Rolexes and the bust downs and the 28-inch wigs and all the things. But what actually happens when you go home alone and you crying at night because you're trying to figure out how to pay payroll, okay? So listen, this is what this podcast is all about. So I want you to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to really tap into all of our episodes. Go and binge watch the last episodes. But I also want you to make sure you shop the Being a CEO is Ghetto merch, because listen, you got to tap in with our community, okay? But listen, this next young lady, we are going to have a good conversation. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about being a CEO, but we also going to talk about all this ghetto shit we be doing, y'all, okay? Because it be really ghetto. So I got my girl Q in the studio. How you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you excited?
I am.
Listen, this gonna be good. Are you comfy?
I am. This is a nice setup we got going on here, so I hope y'all ready.
Yes, look, we try to get you comfy to tell us all the tea. Okay, but tell them who you are and introduce yourself to the Ghetto CEO crew.
Hey y'all, so my name is Q. I originally started with the hair business back in February of 2018, but through having that hair business, you obviously have to create content and do marketing on social media. So I now teach women how to show up for themselves on social media, as well as be better hair business owners. So
yes, I love it. I love it. So you said you started with the hair business, and then now you teach women how to actually show up on social media. So talk to us a little bit how you started the hair business and how did you really use social media to propel that business?
So I'm from a small town.
Okay,
and
where you from?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
It's real small.
Yes.
It's upstate. It's not the big city. Everyone thinks that New York is just New York City, but
yes,
it's not.
Facts.
So I didn't see anyone attacking social media for hair. So I started using hashtags. I started posting consistently. I was posting 3 times a day, 5 times a day. When I got on TikTok, it was 7 times a day.
Okay.
And I just figured out how to master these algorithms to work to my benefit. And then I taught that to other people. So.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So the hair business was just an outlet to where you wanted to go.
Yes. I always say that the hair business wasn't necessarily the purpose, but I was able to fulfill my purpose through the hair business.
I love that.
I realized that I liked how I made people feel.
Okay.
That was more what my thing was.
Yeah.
And then I just was able to find my purpose through that.
Yeah. So when you think about being a CEO, it's giving very much ghetto.
It is.
What is the number one thing that you think of?
Taxes.
Ooh.
I would say taxes.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the home buying process right now, and if you don't pay at a certain time, or if you don't pay at all,
Girl.
it's just a lot that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And people seem to avoid talking about paying their taxes. Like, you can't run from the IRS.
No.
I don't want to have to be on the run from them. So.
No. But let's talk about, I love this. Let's talk about the home buying process for an entrepreneur, because I actually used to be a realtor.
Yeah.
And in my former life, y'all. So when I first got to Atlanta, I got some clients, but then I went to go get my real estate license because I was like, this is going to be a part of my portfolio, whatever, right? So fast forward, I became an assistant for a realtor, and I became a realtor.
Yeah.
Y'all, when I say like that, I wanted to go get a job just to buy a house because the process is crazy. So talk to me a little bit about your journey?
It's a lot. So I feel like the difference between like 9-to-5ers and entrepreneurs is that we have to make sure we have receipts.
Yes.
Everything that you do needs to be documented,
and
reported.
not just receipts for social media.
No, you need to be actually tracking your expenses.
Yes.
If you're traveling for business, make sure you keep those receipts.
Yes.
Make sure you have a QuickBooks. If you're old school, do spreadsheets, but make sure you're tracking your numbers because these lenders want to know where that money went.
Yeah.
Why did you make a $50K deposit into your personal account?
Yeah.
And we can't see what it's accounted for.
Right.
So that's probably been one of the most ghetto things. It's just taxes in general.
Yes. And even in the process of how I feel like, and it's so, you want to know what's so funny when I learned when I moved to Atlanta, that in Atlanta is so many entrepreneurs. Because how long you been here in Atlanta?
I've been here for a year.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you realize this or you had this issue, but in Atlanta, it's so many entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But the apartments and the lenders, and they treat us like we scammers.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I'm like, don't you know this is a city full of entrepreneurs? Like, you would think it would be easier, a little easier at most here because it's like it's a lot of us. But no, like they literally make you give a blood sample to get an apartment.
That's how it feels.
It's crazy. And I think that the thing is, a lot of people don't realize, especially as they're leaving their jobs and tapping in, they like, oh my God, like, I thought it would be easier because I'm making more money, but no, they don't care. It's harder. About that. They think you're a drug dealer. They like, where is money coming from? How you make them? Because in their mind, it's like, you made $100,000.
It doesn't make sense to them. Because a lot of the times I feel like those people in positions, they don't make that money, obviously. Yes. So they're looking at us like, well, should I quit? Like, what are you doing? Dealer. Yeah. No. It's probably easier for them.
Like I'm convinced that you is slaying dope somewhere. No. And I love it. So I'm excited about your home journey. So when do you close?
Next week.
Yes.
Yeah, next week. And I've just been, it's so crazy how God works because that was not in my plans at all. I had literally applied for these apartments. I was gonna move in, and then I was up one night and I was just like, all of this rent, and I'm not owning any of this. I can't modify the apartment. I can't repaint. I can't do anything. And God was just like, it's time to own something, you know? So here we are.
I love it. Okay, so are you doing this alone? Are you in a relationship? You got kids?
So I am in a relationship, but this home is for me. Okay. This is my starter home. Yes. I didn't want to go for a forever home because I want to do that with my man at some point. But yeah, this one is for me.
I love it. You know, I think that's a gem in itself.
Yeah.
Get it. Get your house, get your car, get all the things that you want, and then the man's going to come. Because you know, a lot of times I think as women, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay. Oh,
I'm a baby.
I feel like I am the elder on this couch. You know, I'm 29. I'm always the youngest person in the room, so I love this. But first of all, I love this for you at 25, buying your own home. But, you know, I think a lot of people, especially like our moms and grandmas, they like, you know, oh, you need to, don't buy no house yet. You need to wait on your husband. No, baby.
Just do it.
I'm creating a table. He gonna have to come with a bigger table.
Yeah.
And a couple chairs. Yeah. And a full dinner. I love it. No, that is good. That is good. Yeah. So let's dive back into your business. So you started to help these women really show up and increase their visibility online. Yes. So what did that look like for you?
So in my mentorship program, I'll have them go live once a week. We do talking videos, voiceover videos. A lot of people are not comfortable in their own voice. Yes. Like most people are like, Q, I don't want to record or I don't want to hear my own voice. So I'll have them, and we also do digital products. So I'll just have them show up for themselves, right? And I also love when Black women especially just really big up themselves. So I'll have them post something like inspirational, like you made sales, you sold out. Okay, post it. It's okay. It's fine. Whoever doesn't like it can unfollow.
Period.
That's it.
Period.
But that's some of the things that we do to make sure they show up for themselves.
Yes. Do you completely feel like your content is trash? Like you really could take your brand to the next level if you could really figure out how to do marketing, how not to spend all your time online, how to really systemize your social media and get your followers off of social media and into your bank account? Well, listen, I want to give you a free 15-minute content audit with myself and my team. And so we can really dive into into your social media page, we can really dive into what you're already doing with marketing, and we can see what gaps you already have. Now listen, I want to show you how you can work with us and we can help you fill in these gaps, but you may get off the call and you may feel completely full and you may not need us. Completely fine with me. So what I want you to do is click the link below, book a call with us so we can see if we can work together this year or if you got everything that you need to go to the next level. Let's go. I think it's deeper than social media.
It is.
Right? Because I think a lot of times we don't, like, what have you even found in your community that the reason why they don't show up for themselves?
So I found that, and this is just overall, if you want to be successful, you have to address your trauma.
Ooh.
Because you're not showing up, there's some kind of confidence issue somewhere. Mom told you this, brother said this, they didn't say yes to this opportunity. So I found that we are addressing like trauma and generational curses, and nobody really talks about what that looks like.
No, nobody talks about that, right? Until you get to the Ghetto CEO. Right?
Yes.
Because I feel like we always talking about trauma. Like, baby, you need a therapist.
We
you
do.
Need to heal.
We
okay?
do.
But it's a process, and I think a lot of people don't even realize that that is you trying to figure out, like, what's the thing that's stopping me from going to the next level, and it be you and your demons.
It is your limiting beliefs, what someone told you, all of that.
I think this is good. I love that because a lot of times, even on social media, people not showing up. They not fully authentically being themselves. And once they like turn that knob, it turn up.
It's unstoppable.
Yes. Okay, so you talked about your mentorship program. So what are y'all doing there?
So it's 6 weeks, first of all. And like I said, for right now, it's mainly my hair girls. I can't get away from the hair if I wanted to.
Yes.
So we start off making sure that their social media is set up for people to be interested, because most people don't focus on branding. They don't focus on marketing. And it's very small things like the name in their bio or the location on their post or their hashtag set. We focus on that first to get the foundation set up. And then we start attacking like your website. Are you making sales? Do you have digital products? Because a lot of hairstylists are going to be behind the chair for a long time because they don't have any other streams of income. Right. So I come in and I'm like, hey, do you know you could do a little tutorial here or a course there? We get that set up as well. I love that. So what even inspired you to become an entrepreneur in the beginning? Because you're still young. I am. I feel like my story is a little bit different in the fact that I didn't mind my 9-to-5s. I actually liked having a boss because it's comfortable. I didn't have to do as much work. If you tell me what to do, I can do it. But it was honestly out of necessity. I was in my last semester of college. I was tired of having bad hairstylist experiences. I made my own wig, wore that to school. Everybody was like, oh, I love your hair. Do you sell this? And I was like, I can. Debit or credit. And then from there, I just started selling wigs. But it was never... I was meant to be in school, being a social worker or a therapist or something. Okay, so do you feel like you'll go back? No. She like, I done came out the trap. No. I'm not going back to the trap. No, because I would have been making no money. I don't know how I would have lived on the salary that my career field had. Yeah. So you actually did hair, like you was behind the chair? No, so I only did wigs because I'm an introvert. So I found a way for me to do it, but not do it all the way. Yes. I love that. And I think a lot of times it goes back, like our natural skill sets or who we are naturally has to mesh with the business that we want to create, or otherwise it's going to have friction. Yeah, that's true. How did you realize that you was an introvert? I just never really wanted to do things with tons of people. Okay. I didn't go to my first club until I was 24. Really? I have been literally like studying and researching and just in the books, and I like to do that. And then I realized like this is not what kids my age are doing. Right, they're outside, they're having a good time, but I just knew if I want financial freedom, I got to sacrifice something. And for me, it was like I can't have a social life. I can't have friends right now at that time because I just got to focus. Ooh, focus. Because I think that is, and a lot of our community, inside of our community, they're younger, right? And I'd be like, girl, if you just focus, lock in. Oh my God. So talk to us about that. Like, how did you lock in? So after high school, I actually didn't have a friend I graduated high school in 2015. I decided to not have friends until 2021. Oh, wow. Because I knew friendships require time, and I don't have that time because I don't have that money to spend with y'all. Yeah. So I just focused. I just got a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I worked 12 to 11 for 4 days. And then I did wigs on the other 3 days that I was off. And that was my life for years.
I love that. And I think that a lot of people, so if y'all listening, that's the bar, okay? You got to focus. Like, you got to literally, I tell people all the time, like, I started at 19. But from 19 to about, I would say at least to about 28. Yeah. Like, I literally was all in. I work a lot on my business now, but I'm more like self-aware of like my relationship, my parents, like stuff like that. But before, baby, if you wasn't with this, then
you gotta go.
You got to go. Like, you either gonna realize what's going on and you gonna help me on this journey, or you gotta move along. And not to say that I did it right. Yeah. I just did it the way that I thought I was supposed to do it.
If it works, it works.
It works. No, you got to lock in. You got to lock in. So on our episodes, we always do a segment called Figure It the Fuck Out. Okay? Because as a CEO,
you got to figure it the fuck out.
You got to figure it the fuck out, right? So I'm going to pull a scenario out this little cup.
I'm scared.
And you should be. No, I'm just playing. And we're going to see, let me see if I pick a good one. How you figure it out, girl. Okay. Nope, I don't want to do that one. Nope, I don't want to do that one. I'm trying to get a good one.
We're supposed to be figuring it out.
Yeah,
what's going on?
We gonna, okay, here we go. You hired your best friend.
Okay.
Because you knew her potential and how she could help you grow your company. But she's doing a terrible job. Okay. And the whole team hates her. Ooh. What's next?
A sit down. An honest conversation. Okay. I think honesty is the best policy. Just me and her one-on-one. And I have this very, well, my best friend and I have the same rule. Like, business is business. Yes. So we have contracts, even though we're best friends, if we do a service for each other. So I would just sit her down and say, hey, sis, I love you. But on the business side, it's not working.
It's not working.
It's not working. And we can't afford for it not to work.
Period.
That's it.
Period. That's facts. Listen, I love it. I love it. So what advice would you give? I would say even a hairstylist or somebody that is watching this and saying, man, she really figured it out. She really like got out of her own way and got to the bag. So what advice would you give them if they wanted to follow in your footsteps to be able to figure it out?
I always say focus. That's number one. And your focus is going to require you to maybe cut off family members. Yes. I have people that are blocked right now. They're not coming off because whoever doesn't understand the vision has to go. Yeah. That's just what it has to be. And then also, just along with focus, like, your lane is set for you specifically. So every time you look at someone else, you're wasting time on how you could just focus on yourself and flourish. So don't be jealous. Social media is not real. Yes. It's a highlight reel. It is not what you should try to live your life to, because social media has set a certain standard where you don't know what's really going on in people's lives at all. So focus and don't compare yourself.
I love it. Y'all, I hope y'all got them jewels, baby. Okay. Listen, if they want to tap in with you, where can they tap in with you at?
So I'm on Instagram at Q the Digital Guru and TikTok, Life is Q Henry.
Yes. Listen, y'all got to tap in with my sis Q, okay? Because she is helping you focus, but also taking your hair business and whatever type of business you have to the next level. I thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Ghetto CEO podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Because this podcast is going to the next level, y'all. So make sure you leave a review, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye.